Welcome to today's highly focused deep dive.
Yeah.
If you're listening right now, you probably have this, dusty $10 power strip shoved under your desk.
Right, just covered in dust and tangled wires.
Exactly. You plug in your laptop, maybe a lamp, and you completely forget about it. Well, today's mission is to analyze one single product page that just totally shatters that expectation.
Oh, absolutely. It's wild.
It really is. It's the SurgeX SA-82-AR FlatPak standalone out-of-sight surge protector and power conditioner. And we're looking at this specifically because it carries a price tag of $949.
Which is just a staggering jump from a $10 piece of plastic. I mean,
Right. I have to be skeptical here.
Yeah.
Because we see this in the high-end audiophile world all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like $1,000 cables that mathematically do nothing. So is a nearly $1,000 power strip just commercial snake oil?
It's really easy to assume that if you're only thinking about a home setup. But to really understand the price tag, we have to look at the vendor.
HDTVSupply.
Exactly, HDTVSupply. This is a company with a 25-year history selling global audio and video products. I mean, this equipment isn't built for a living room. It's built for extreme commercial ecosystems.
Yeah, the inventory on their site definitely reflects that scale. Like, we're looking at these massive WolfPak matrix switchers, complex 8K HDMI setups.
Yeah, the heavy-duty gear.
Right, and these sports bar TV systems that are designed to run up to, like, 160 different TVs simultaneously.
And that's the key right there. When a business is running 160 screens at once, they rely on AV over IP networks. So instead of running a direct HDMI cable to every single television,
Which would be a total nightmare.
an absolute nightmare. So instead, they're sending highly compressed, incredibly dense audio and video data packets over standard computer networks.
Which requires massive amounts of processing power, right, to encode and decode those packets on the fly without lagging.
Yes, and that right there is where the power source becomes critical. See, a cheap $10 strip uses a basic sacrificial component to absorb, say, a massive lightning strike.
But that degrades over time.
It does, and it does absolutely nothing for day-to-day electrical noise. The SurgeX, though, is a power conditioner. It uses active, specialized filtration to constantly smooth out microscopic voltage ripples coming from the city grid.
Okay, so if dirty grid power is like a badly potholed road, the power conditioner acts as like a high-end suspension system.
That's a really great way to put it, yeah.
So it stops the sensitive digital cargo, those tiny AV over IP packets, from basically rattling apart and corrupting the video signal.
That is the exact mechanism. I mean, a tiny power fluctuation won't hurt your desk lamp, but it will completely freeze a matrix switcher running a 160-screen video wall.
Oh, wow, just from a tiny ripple.
Yeah, it crashes a business's entire visual infrastructure. So the SurgeX is essentially commercial-grade insurance.
Okay, that makes sense. But hiding the networking gear for 160 screens brings up another issue, which kind of explains the product's very specific naming.
The FlatPak branding.
Right, it's branded as the FlatPak and out of sight.
Yeah.
Does a premium commercial setup demand that the infrastructure physically vanishes?
Oh, the illusion is everything in high-end commercial AV. Patrons should only see floating 8K displays, not a tangled nest of cables and power conditioners.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that while they're watching the game.
Exactly. So this unit's flat, standalone design means it can be jammed into incredibly tight rack spaces or mounted directly behind a display. It keeps it completely out of the viewer's sightline.
Out of sight, literally.
Literally out of sight. And there's actually a highly practical detail for buyers outfitting these massive spaces because they might need dozens of these units.
Right, which gets expensive really fast.
Very. But while the daily price is $949, the site actively offers a 15% discount at checkout using the code 15% off.
Oh, wow, which adds up incredibly fast when you're buying, say, 20 of them to protect a six-figure video wall.
It really does save a ton.
So what does this all mean for you listening at home? I think the big takeaway is that context changes the value of everything. What initially looked like an absurdly overpriced power strip is actually a vital hidden cornerstone keeping massive commercial networks alive.
Which leaves us with something bigger to consider, I think.
What's that?
Well, we tend to think of the modern digital age, streaming, massive screens, instant data as this ethereal, untouchable magic. But this product is a stark reminder that all of our pristine digital experiences are entirely dependent on brute force analog power infrastructure hiding just behind the drywall. If the unseen copper fails, the entire digital illusion goes dark.